We in the presiding councils of the church hear far too often, and perhaps you do as well, that many of our youth and young adults are terrified to get married. In extreme cases, they're fearful that the world's about to end in blood and disaster, something they don't want to take a spouse or a child into. In less severe, more common cases, they're fearful that the world will just get more difficult, that jobs will be too hard to find, that one should be out of school, out of debt, have a career, and own a home before considering marriage. Good grief, on that formula, Sister Holland and I still wouldn't be married. Seriously. When we got married, we were both still undergraduates at BYU, neither set of parents able to help us at all financially, no way to imagine all the graduate education we still had yet ahead of us, and this with $300 between us on our wedding day. Now that may not be the ideal way to start a marriage, but what a marriage it's been, and what we would have missed. If we had waited one day, longer than we did once we knew that that marriage was right. Sure, there was sacrifice. Certainly there were restless days and weeks and months. Certainly there was some burning of the midnight oil. But I tremble to think what we would have lost if we had taken counsel from our fears, as President James E. Faust would later tell me over and over and over that I and no one else should ever do. What if we had delayed inordinately? What would we have missed? I still think the best definition of marital love is James Thurber's, who said simply, "Love is what you go through together." I will be eternally grateful for what Pat was willing to go through with me, that she did not feel I had to have my degree and a car and a home and a career all in hand before we could marry. And we wanted children as soon as we could get them, which in our case did not turn out to be as easy as we thought. In fact, if we hadn't determined to have our family as promptly as we could, we might well have been a childless couple, as some of our friends and some of you, through no fault of your own, have found it your lot in life to be. It took us 3 years to have our first child, another 3 to get a second, and 4 to get a third. And then that was it. A full-term miscarriage for a fourth closed that door to us forever. So we immediately rejoiced in the 3 children we had and have been able to raise. But what would our lives have been like if we had waited or delayed or worried unduly about the economics of it all? Which of our children would we give back? With what memories or love or lessons with each of them would we ever part? I shudder to think of it.